Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege to stand before you today to discuss a topic that is very close to my heart and vital for anyone looking to lead a life of success and fulfillment. We're going to dive into a subject that affects us all, one way or another, breaking the shackles of negative thinking. Now, why is this important? Well, let me tell you, your mind is a powerful tool. It can be your greatest ally or your most formidable foe. The thoughts that percolate in your mind can either lift you to the heights of success or drag you into the depths of despair. Negative thinking, my friends, is a barrier to all we wish to achieve. It's like driving through life with a handbrake on. It slows you down, makes the journey more difficult, and ultimately, it can stop you from reaching your destination. But what exactly is negative thinking? It's more than just a fleeting feeling of disappointment or a momentary doubt. It's a persistent pattern of pessimism, a habit of expecting the worst, and a tendency to focus on problems rather than solutions. It's looking at the world through a lens that dims the brightness of opportunities and magnifies the shadows of obstacles. The impact of indulging in such thinking patterns is profound. It affects how we feel, the decisions we make, and the actions we take. It influences our relationships, our work, and ultimately our happiness. But here's the good news. Just as we've learned to think negatively, we can also learn to think positively. The power to change our thought patterns lies within us, and today we're going to explore how to unleash that power. Not just to identify and understand the roots of negative thinking, but to learn practical, actionable strategies to break free from it. My goal is for you to walk away not just inspired, but equipped with the tools you need to transform your thinking and, by extension, transform your life. As we've just begun to scratch the surface of understanding the profound impact our thoughts have on our lives, it's crucial to dive deeper into the realm of negative thinking, its genesis, its pervasive influence, and most importantly, how it shapes our personal and professional existence. Take a moment to reflect on this. Have you ever found yourself caught in the grip of pessimism, where every possibility seems to be cloaked in doom, every opportunity riddled with obstacles? This, my friends, is the essence of negative thinking, a labyrinth of dark alleys that lead nowhere but down. Negative thinking isn't just an occasional visitor in the quiet moments of doubt. It's an unwelcome tenant in the mind, casting long shadows over our brightest aspirations. It manifests in various guises: fear of failure, the specter of rejection, the dread of uncertainty. These are not mere transient thoughts. They are deeply ingrained patterns that skew our perception, convincing us that the worst will happen even when evidence points to the contrary. You might wonder, how does one fall into this trap of negative thinking? It often begins innocuously, a small seed of doubt planted by a passing comment, a minor setback, or perhaps an ingrained belief from our formative years. These seeds, if watered by continuous worry, sprout into formidable trees of negativity, their roots entwined around our self-esteem, their branches casting shadows over our potential. Common triggers are everywhere: past failures, societal pressures, even the daily news feed, all fertilizing these seeds of doubt. The impact of harboring such thoughts is profound and far-reaching. In our personal lives, negative thinking strains relationships, erects barriers to happiness, and erodes our self-worth. It's like walking through life with a filter that dims the vibrancy of joy and amplifies the darkness of every challenge. Professionally, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure. Opportunities are bypassed for fear of failure. Innovation is stifled by the dread of criticism. The potential for growth and success is shackled by chains of pessimism. But here's the turning point: the beacon in the fog, the realization that while negative thinking is a formidable foe, it is not an invincible one. The first step to breaking free from the cycle is awareness, recognizing these patterns for what they are: distortions of reality, not predictors of our fate. This awareness is the dawn of change, The moment we decide not to be passive spectators in our minds, but active participants, choosing which thoughts to nurture and which to challenge. As we stand on the threshold of transformation, let's remind ourselves that the journey from negative to positive thinking isn't a leap across a chasm, but a step onto a bridge built on self-awareness, resilience, and the unwavering belief in our capacity to change. The path may be steeped in challenge, but it is also ripe with possibility. Remember, it's not just about reaching the destination. It's about shedding the weight of negativity that we've carried for far too long, freeing ourselves to embrace the vast expanse of our potential. So as we navigate the complexities of our thoughts, forge ahead with a clear vision and a steadfast heart, knowing that each step forward is a step away from the shadows of negative thinking and into the light of positive possibilities. The journey begins with a single step, a step of courage, a step of faith, a step towards a life not defined by the fears of yesterday, but illuminated by the hopes of tomorrow. As we transition from the shadowy realm of negative thinking into the luminous world of positive thought, it becomes imperative to understand the stark contrast between the two and the transformative power that positive thinking holds. Imagine standing at a crossroads, one path shrouded in fog, where every step is heavy with doubt and fear. The other path is bathed in sunlight, where each step is light and filled with hope. This imagery encapsulates the essence of moving from negative to positive thinking. Positive thinking isn't merely a switch to flick, but a perspective to cultivate, a lens through which the world becomes a realm of possibilities, rather than a minefield of obstacles. Where negative thinking narrows our vision, positive thinking expands it, allowing us to see beyond current challenges to the opportunities that lie ahead. It's about acknowledging the presence of obstacles, but recognizing them as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. The stories of individuals who have harnessed the power of positive thinking to transform their lives are both inspiring and instructive. Take the case of a young entrepreneur whose startup faced near collapse, where negative thinking might have led him to give up. Positive thinking propelled him to view the crisis as a learning opportunity. He reevaluated his business model, made the necessary adjustments, and in doing so, not only saved his business, but also paved the way for its future success. This shift in mindset from seeing failure as a terminal verdict to viewing it as a pivot point is at the heart of positive thinking. Another compelling example is that of a woman diagnosed with a chronic illness. Instead of succumbing to despair, she chose to focus on wellness, channeling her energies into activities that enriched her spirit and strengthened her body. Her journey was not without its trials, but her positive outlook became a beacon of hope, not just for herself, but for others facing similar challenges. These stories underscore a fundamental truth. The quality of our lives is shaped not by our circumstances, but by our responses to them. The benefits of positive thinking are not just anecdotal. They are supported by a growing body of scientific evidence. Research has shown that a positive mindset can enhance our health, increase our longevity, and improve our overall well-being. Studies indicate that individuals with a positive outlook tend to have lower levels of stress, better immune function, and a reduced risk of heart disease. Furthermore, positive thinking has been linked to better decision-making, higher creativity, and increased problem-solving capabilities. It's as if positive thinking unlocks parts of our brain that remain dormant under the cloud of negativity. The contrast between negative and positive thinking can be likened to the difference between a garden overrun by weeds and one where flowers bloom in abundance. Negative thinking chokes our potential, whereas positive thinking nurtures and allows it to flourish. The transformation from a weed-filled garden to a flourishing one requires effort, attention, and persistence. Similarly, cultivating a positive mindset requires us to weed out negative thoughts and plant seeds of optimism, gratitude, and resilience in their place. As we stand at this juncture, poised to embrace the power of positive thinking, Remember that the journey ahead is one of gradual change and steady progress. It's about making a conscious choice, day after day, to focus on the positive, to seek out the silver lining, and to believe in the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. This choice is the key that unlocks the door to a life where challenges are met with courage, where setbacks are seen as opportunities for growth, and where every moment is infused with the potential for joy and fulfillment. The lessons from those who have walked this path before us, drawing strength from their stories and inspiration from their successes. Arm ourselves with the knowledge that, while the road may be long, each step taken in positivity brings us closer to our goals, closer to realizing our full potential, and closer to the life we aspire to lead. The luminous path of positive thinking, it is crucial to understand that the foundation of lasting change lies in our ability to recognize, challenge, and transform our negative thought patterns. This transformation is not merely an act of willpower. It is a strategic endeavor that begins with a deep dive into self-awareness. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a garden. Just as a gardener must identify the weeds choking the life out of their flowers, you too must identify the negative thoughts that cloud your mind. These are not just any thoughts. They are the persistent whispers of doubt, fear, and self-criticism that have perhaps taken root over years. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward reclaiming the terrain of your mind. Identified, the real work begins. Challenging and reframing these negative thoughts. It's akin to standing in front of a mirror and daring to see beyond the flaws to the strength and beauty within. When a thought arises suggesting, "I can't do this," pause and ask yourself, is this really true? More often than not, you'll find that these negative beliefs are not facts, but rather distorted reflections of past experiences and fears. The process of questioning lays the groundwork for one of the most powerful strategies in our arsenal: the replacement of negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Imagine for a moment that each positive statement you make about yourself is a seed being planted in the fertile ground of your mind. With repetition, these seeds grow slowly but surely, transforming the landscape of your thoughts from one dominated by doubt to one flourishing with self-belief and potential. Yet the transformation doesn't end there. The role of goal setting in this journey cannot be overstated. By focusing on solutions rather than problems, we shift our perspective from what is holding us back to what will propel us forward. Setting clear, achievable goals acts as a beacon, guiding us through the fog of negativity toward a future we not only aspire to, but are actively working towards. It's about moving from a mindset of "I'm stuck" to one of "I'm striving." In the grand scheme of things, these strategies are more than just tools to combat negative thinking. They are the building blocks of a mindset that seeks out light even in the darkest of times. They remind us that while we may not have control over every circumstance we face, we have the power to choose how we respond to them. Our understanding that breaking free from negative thinking is not a destination, but a journey. It is a path that requires patience, persistence, and most importantly, a belief in our own capacity to change, armed with self-awareness, a willingness to challenge our deepest doubts, and a commitment to focusing on the positive. We step into a world of endless possibilities. Proceed then, not as prisoners of our past thoughts, but as architects of our future, building one positive thought at a time. A life that reflects our highest aspirations. Fostering a mindset brimming with positivity, turn our attention to the soil in which this mindset is nurtured, our environment, the spaces we inhabit, the air we breathe, and most importantly, the company we keep collectively shape the garden of our mind. Imagine for a moment you're a plant. Would you thrive better in a parched desert or a flourishing greenhouse? The answer seems obvious, doesn't it? This analogy paints a vivid picture of the critical importance of surrounding ourselves with positive influence. Consider the people in your life as the water and sunlight to your growth. Just as a plant leans towards the light, we too must lean towards those who bring light into our life. These are the individuals who uplift us, who see the potential within us that we might not yet see in ourselves, and who encourage us to stretch towards our highest selves. But how do we cultivate such a supportive social circle? It begins with intentionality, like attracts like, as they say. To attract positivity, we must first embody it. Engage in activities that elevate your spirit and seek out communities where such positivity flourishes. It may be a book club, a fitness group, or a volunteer organization, spaces where positive energy is the common language spoken. Now consider the profound impact of positive affirmations and visualizations. These are not mere words or daydreams, but powerful tools in shaping our reality. Affirmations are the nutrients we feed our minds, essential in fortifying our belief in our capabilities and worth. Begin each day by affirming your value, your strength, and your potential. Let these affirmations be your first thoughts in the morning and your last at night. They are the protective shield against the arrows of doubt and negativity. Visualizations, on the other hand, are the blueprints of the life we aspire to build. They are the practice of seeing not just with our eyes, but with our hearts and minds. By visualizing our goals as already achieved, we not only fuel our motivation, but also activate our creative subconscious to generate ideas and opportunities to make these visions a reality. It's as if by visualizing, we're pulling the future into the present, making it tangible, achievable. Yet, building this positive environment is not a solitary endeavor. It requires the collective effort of our community. Just as we seek out positive influences, we must also strive to be that positive influence in the lives of others. Share your affirmations, vocalize your belief in the potential of those around you, and celebrate their successes as if they were your own. In doing so, we create a ripple effect, a wave of positivity that can uplift an entire community. As we venture forth, let us be mindful architects of our environments, curating spaces, both physical and emotional, that nourish our souls, foster growth, and illuminate our path. This be a collaborative journey, one where we lift each other towards our collective potential, creating a symphony of positivity that resonates far beyond the confines of our immediate surroundings. Adopting a growth mindset not only complements, but magnifies the effects of a positive environment, setting the stage for a life of continual growth and boundless possibilities, emboldened by the knowledge that in the garden of life, we are both the gardeners and the blossoms, with the power to cultivate an existence marked by positivity, resilience, and unyielding growth. Another transformative concept that further propels us on our journey towards excellence. Adopting a growth mindset. This concept is not just another buzzword in the lexicon of personal development. It is a pivotal shift in perspective that has the power to reshape our lives from the ground up. A growth mindset, in its essence, is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, hard work, and persistence. It stands in stark contrast to a fixed mindset which holds the belief that our talents and capabilities are static, an unchangeable trait we're born with. Imagine for a moment two artists. One believes their skill is innate and finite, while the other sees it as something that can be honed and expanded. The latter is likely to embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks, and see effort as a pathway to mastery. This is the crux of a growth mindset. But why is this shift in perspective so critical? It fundamentally changes how we view challenges and obstacles. Instead of seeing them as insurmountable barriers, we view them as opportunities to learn and grow. A growth mindset liberates us from the fear of failure, allowing us to approach our goals with a sense of curiosity and resilience. The difference between a fixed and a growth mindset is not just academic. It has real, tangible impacts on our behavior, our relationship with success and failure, and ultimately on the trajectory of our lives. So, how do we cultivate this powerful mindset? It begins with recognizing that our brains are incredibly malleable. Neuroscience has shown us that the brain is capable of forming new connections and adapting throughout our lives. a process known as neuroplasticity. This scientific evidence underpins the growth mindset, offering a beacon of hope to anyone who has ever doubted their potential. The journey towards embracing a growth mindset is paved with practical steps. First and foremost, it requires us to be mindful of our language and self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves can either fortify a fixed mindset or nurture a growth one. When faced with a setback, instead of saying, "I can't do this," we can ask, "What can I learn from this?" This subtle shift in language reflects a profound change in how we perceive our abilities. Moreover, setting incremental goals that focus on the process rather than the outcome is another crucial step. Celebrating small victories and learning from failures along the way reinforces the belief that growth and improvement are always within our reach. It's about embracing the journey with all its ups and downs as an opportunity for continuous learning and development. In essence, adopting a growth mindset is not merely about achieving success in the traditional sense. It's about redefining what success means to us personally. It's about seeing ourselves not as finished products, but as works in progress, constantly evolving and expanding our horizons. As we continue to push the boundaries of our capabilities, let us do so with the understanding that our potential is not predetermined, but something we actively shape with every decision we make, every challenge we embrace, and every setback we overcome. This mindset be the compass that guides us, reminding us that in the vast ocean of potential that lies within us, the winds of perseverance, curiosity, and resilience are what sail us to the shores of our most aspirational selves. Step into this journey with open hearts and minds, ready to embrace the endless possibilities that come with believing in our ability to grow beyond our current confines. As we bask in the realization that adopting a growth mindset can significantly transform our lives, let's shift our focus to maintaining momentum. This is about nurturing daily practices that ensure our newfound positivity doesn't just peak, but continues to grow, strengthening our mental and emotional resilience. Imagine this as cultivating a garden of positivity where each day we tend to our thoughts and actions, ensuring they align with our aspirations and goals. At the heart of sustaining this momentum is the practice of gratitude and mindfulness. Consider gratitude not just as an act, but as a state of being where every morning we count our blessings, acknowledging the good in our lives. This act alone can pivot our perspective from what we lack to what we possess, fueling a sense of contentment and positivity. It's about waking up each day and saying, "I am thankful for," followed by anything that brings us joy, be it as profound as family or as simple as a sunny day. This isn't just feel-good advice. It's a strategy grounded in enhancing our emotional and psychological well-being. Mindfulness, on the other hand, invites us to live in the present, fully experiencing the moment without judgment. It's about observing our thoughts and emotions without getting entangled in them. Think of it as being the sky, where our thoughts and feelings are just passing clouds. Mindfulness teaches us to acknowledge these clouds without having to chase or be shadowed by them. Incorporating mindfulness into our daily routine through meditation or simply practicing awareness can significantly reduce stress and anxiety, fostering a state of inner peace and positivity. Now, not overlook the power of continuous learning and personal development. This is the fuel that keeps the fire of positivity burning. By dedicating ourselves to lifelong learning, we constantly challenge our minds, introduce new perspectives, and break the monotony that often leads to negativity. Each book we read, each seminar we attend, each new skill we acquire not only enhances our knowledge and proficiency, but also injects a fresh dose of enthusiasm into our lives. It's a reminder that growth is perpetual and there's always something new to learn, something new to aspire to. But how do we integrate these practices into our daily lives to ensure sustained positivity? It begins with making small, incremental changes. Start your day with a gratitude journal. Spend a few minutes in meditation or mindfulness practice. Set aside time each week for learning something new. These actions, though seemingly small, create ripples that can transform the very fabric of our lives. The precipice of a new dawn in our journey. Let us reflect on the path we've traversed together. We've embarked on a transformative voyage, from understanding the quagmire of negative thinking to embracing the radiant power of positivity. We've learned that breaking free from the chains of negativity begins with self-awareness, challenging and reframing our thoughts, and setting goals that propel us towards the life we yearn for. But remember, the essence of our journey lies not just in understanding these strategies, but in embodying them. The power of positive thinking is not merely a concept to be admired from afar, but a beacon to guide our every step. It is a testament to the indomitable human spirit that thrives on hope, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of growth. Now, as we gaze into the horizon, let us do so with the conviction that the future is ours to shape. Let this moment be a clarion call to action, to embrace change with open arms, to commit to nurturing our minds with thoughts that uplift and empower. Pledge to cultivate environments that foster positivity, to surround ourselves with those who champion our highest selves, and to embark on a ceaseless journey of learning and personal development. The path forward is luminous with the promise of what we can become. It beckons us to step into our power, to cast aside the shadows of doubt, and to stride forth with confidence into a future of our own making. Remember, in the garden of life, we are both the gardeners and the blossoms. Let us tend to our garden with love, patience, and the unwavering belief in our potential to flourish. So not be an ending, but a beginning. The dawn of a new chapter in your life, marked by positivity, growth, and boundless possibilities. The journey ahead is yours to chart, a testament to the transformative power of positive thinking and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Step forward with courage, for the best is yet to come.
Most people live their entire lives running from discomfort. They wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and tell themselves tomorrow I'll start that business. Tomorrow I'll chase that dream. Tomorrow I'll become who I'm meant to be. I used to be that person. 3 years ago I lost everything, not just money, though that was gone too, but something far more valuable, my belief in myself. I sat in my empty apartment, lights turned off because I couldn't pay the electric bill, and felt that crushing weight of failure pressing down on my chest. In the darkness, I learned the most important lesson of my life. Rock bottom isn't where dreams go to die. It's where excuses go to die. When you've got nothing left to lose, you finally find the courage to do what you should have done from the beginning. Take massive action. Your breaking point is your breakthrough point. Every single person who's ever achieved anything meaningful hit a moment where they had to decide, stay comfortable or grow through pain. That choice, that single moment of decision, separates those who make it from those who just make excuses. You're sitting here right now because something inside you knows there's more. You can feel it, that potential burning inside you, screaming to get out. And today we're going to unlock it, not tomorrow, not someday, right now. Because the power to transform your life isn't found in some secret formula or hidden strategy. It's found in one thing, your willingness to grow through deliberate action every single day, no matter what. Why most people stay stuck while a select few break free and achieve extraordinary things. I've spent years studying success and failure, and I've noticed something fascinating. The difference isn't talent. It isn't luck. It isn't even intelligence. Whereas people are in love with the idea of success, but aren't willing to divorce their comfort zone. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity. But success doesn't wait. It doesn't care about your perfect timing. Look around you. Right now in this room, there's enough potential to change the world. Most of you won't, not because you can't, but because you'll keep telling yourself someday when the kids are older, someday when I have more money, someday when I feel more ready. Let me tell you something about someday. It's a disease. It's the killer of dreams, the assassin of achievement, and it's probably cost you more opportunities than any failure ever could. While you're waiting for someday, someone else is out there taking action, making mistakes, learning, growing, and moving forward. I meet people all the time who tell me, I can't afford to take risks right now. But here's what they don't understand. You can't afford not to. Every day you wait, every day you stay in your comfort zone, you're paying a price. And it's the highest price of all, the price of unfulfilled potential. 10 years ago, where did you think you'd be today? Are you there? If not, what stopped you? Was it really the obstacles, or was it the comfort of familiar excuses, the safety of someday? The price of waiting isn't just time lost. It's opportunities missed. It's growth stunted. It's dreams deferred until they die. But the price of action, sure, it might cost you some comfort. It might cost you some security. It might even cost you some failures along the way. But what most people never realize, those aren't costs, they're investments. Every uncomfortable action, every calculated risk, every moment of pushing past your fears, that's not losing something. That's gaining something. You're gaining strength. You're gaining experience. You're gaining the kind of confidence that only comes from taking action. And that brings us to the most important question you need to ask yourself today. It's not, what do I want, or what am I capable of? The real question is, what price am I willing to pay? Because achievement isn't free. It costs something. And if you're not willing to pay the price of discipline and discomfort today, you'll end up paying the price of regret tomorrow. The reality of achievement is this: there's no shortcut, no easy path, no magic solution. There's just you, your dreams, and the actions you're willing to take today. Not someday, today. We've been sold a lie that's kept millions of people stuck, wondering why they can't break through. The lie of natural talent. You watch someone succeed and think, they're just gifted. They're naturally good at this. But I'm going to tell you something that might shock you. I've worked with some of the most successful people in the world, and not one of them succeeded because of natural talent. They succeeded because they understood something most people don't. True power isn't given, it's developed. Every morning when you wake up, you make choices. Small choices, seemingly insignificant choices. Hit the snooze button or get up immediately. Check social media or read something meaningful. Complain about your circumstances or do something to change them. These choices seem tiny in the moment. But here's what nobody tells you. These small choices are actually votes for your future self. If you improve just 1% every day, in 1 year you'll be 37 times better. Not 365% better, 37 times better. That's the power of compound growth. But most people never see this power because they're too focused on massive changes. They want to transform overnight. They want the mountain to move all at once. But true power works differently. It's built in the quiet moments when nobody's watching. It's built in those small choices that nobody else sees. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, growth over comfort, action over excuses, you're building power. And where most people get stuck, they're waiting for permission, waiting for validation, waiting for someone to tell them they're ready, they're worthy, they're capable. But true power isn't found in other people's opinions. It's found in your willingness to bet on yourself when nobody else will. I remember when I started my journey, nobody believed in me. Nobody saw what I saw. And you know what? That was the greatest gift they could have given me, because it forced me to believe in myself. It forced me to find my own power. Your power isn't in your circumstances. It's not in your background. It's not in what other people think of you. Your power is in your ability to make different choices today than you made yesterday. Your power is in your ability to keep going when everyone else would quit. Think about water for a moment. Drop by drop, it seems weak, insignificant, but day after day, drop after drop, water can cut through solid rock. That's what consistent action does. That's what daily choices do. They cut through every obstacle, every barrier, every excuse that stands between you and your goals. You don't need massive action every day. You need consistent action every day. You need to string together days, weeks, months of small, powerful choices. Because success isn't built in a day. It's built day by day, choice by choice, action by action. And the most beautiful part, once you understand this, once you really get it deep in your bones, nobody can stop you. Because you're no longer waiting for permission. You're no longer waiting for the perfect moment. You're no longer waiting for someone else to validate your dreams. You're simply taking action every day, building power through small choices, creating momentum through consistent effort, and watching as those small actions compound unstoppable force. This is true power, not the power that's given, but the power that's earned. Not the power that depends on circumstances, but the power that creates circumstances Not the power that comes from natural talent, but the power that comes from unnatural persistence. And once you understand this, once you really embrace it, you're ready for the next crucial step, because understanding power is one thing, but having the courage to use it, that's something else entirely. And once you understand this, once you really embrace it, something powerful happens. Because here's the truth about courage. It's not the absence of fear. It's taking action in spite of that fear. You're sitting there right now, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about that dream you've been holding on to, that business you want to start, that change you want to make. And with every thought of action, every idea of moving forward, fear shows up. It whispers all the reasons why you should wait, why you should play it safe, why you should stay exactly where you are. Fear isn't your enemy. Fear is fuel. Every time you feel that knot in your stomach, every time your heart starts racing at the thought of taking action, that's not a warning sign. That's your signal to move forward. Most people spend their whole lives trying to get rid of uncertainty. They want guarantees. They want assurances. They want to know exactly how things will turn out before they begin. But success doesn't work that way. The most successful people I've ever met aren't the ones who eliminated uncertainty. They're the ones who learned to dance with it. Every major breakthrough in your life came when you did something uncertain. Your first steps as a baby, uncertain. Your first day at school, uncertain. Your first job, uncertain. Everything that made you grow came wrapped in uncertainty. But here's where it gets interesting. The moment you take decisive action, something magical happens. The fear doesn't disappear, but it transforms. It becomes energy. It becomes drive. It becomes the very thing that pushes you forward. I remember my first real business decision. My hands were shaking as I signed the papers. Everything inside me was screaming to run back to safety. But I did it anyway. And you know what? That single moment of decisive action created more momentum than months of planning ever could. Momentum! It doesn't come from thinking about action. It doesn't come from planning action. It only comes from taking action. And the beautiful thing about momentum, once you have it, it becomes easier to keep going than to stop. Every morning when I wake up, I don't wait to feel ready. I don't wait to feel confident. I take action first and the confidence follows, because courage isn't something you wait for. It's something you build through consistent effort. Start small if you have to. But start, take that first uncertain step, make that first uncomfortable phone call, write that first page, put yourself out there in some small way. Because here's the secret, the size of the action doesn't matter nearly as much as the consistency of the action. Think of it like pushing a heavy boulder. The hardest part isn't keeping it rolling. The hardest part is getting it to move that first inch. But once it's moving, once you've built that momentum, it becomes easier to keep going. That's why the courage to begin is so crucial, because beginning is the hardest part. Beginning is when all the doubts show up. Beginning is when your mind creates every possible worst-case scenario. Beginning is when you feel most alone. But beginning is also where everything changes. Beginning is where you stop being a spectator in your own life and become the main character. Beginning is where you transform from someone who talks about dreams into someone who chases them. You don't have to see the whole path. You just have to see the first step. Take that step, then find the next one. And the next one, before you know it, you'll look back and realize you've covered more ground than you ever thought possible. Because courage isn't about not being afraid. Courage is about being afraid and moving forward anyway. It's about using that fear as fuel. It's about turning uncertainty into action. And most importantly, it's about understanding that the perfect moment to begin isn't coming. This moment right now is all you've got. And that's where mastering inner discipline becomes crucial, because courage without discipline is like a car without a steering wheel. And that's where mastering inner discipline becomes crucial, because without it, even the strongest courage eventually fades. You see, most people think discipline is a prison. They see it as something that restricts them, holds them back, makes life less enjoyable. But they've got it completely backwards. Discipline isn't your prison. It's your liberation. Every morning when I wake up at 5 a.m., my body resists. Every fiber of my being wants to stay in that warm, comfortable bed. But I get up anyway, not because I have to, but because I've made a promise to myself. And keeping promises to yourself, that's where real power begins. What's holding you back isn't lack of opportunity. It's not lack of resources. It's not even lack of time. What's holding you back is lack of discipline. Because discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it. That's where mental toughness is built. That's where unshakable habits are formed. Every challenge you face, every obstacle that shows up in your path, these aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones, but only if you have the discipline to see them that way. Only if you have the discipline to keep moving forward when everything inside you wants to quit. I remember training myself to embrace discomfort. Started small, cold showers every morning, 5 minutes of reading instead of social media, 1 hour of focused work before checking emails. These weren't just random habits. They were daily declarations of who I was becoming. Because that's what discipline really is. It's a daily declaration. Every time you choose the harder path, every time you do what's necessary instead of what's easy, you're telling yourself a story. You're building evidence that you're someone who follows through, someone who keeps their word, someone who does what needs to be done. Discipline, it compounds, just like money in the bank. Just like knowledge in your mind, discipline grows with interest. Every small victory, every moment of choosing growth over comfort builds on the last, until one day you wake up and realize that the things that used to feel impossible now feel inevitable. But you have to understand something crucial about mental toughness. It's not built in the big moments. It's built in the small ones. It's built in those moments when nobody's watching, when there's no external pressure, when it's just you making a choice between what's easy and what's right. Most people wait for motivation to strike before they take action, but disciplined individuals, they take action first and motivation follows. They understand that waiting to feel ready is a luxury they can't afford. Because life doesn't wait. Opportunities don't wait. Growth doesn't wait. Your mind will always create excuses. It will always find reasons why today isn't the right day, why now isn't the right time, why you should wait just a little longer. But discipline cuts through those excuses like a hot knife through butter. Because discipline isn't about feeling ready. It's about being ready. And that's where real freedom comes from, not from doing whatever you want, whenever you want, but from having the strength to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. That's true freedom. That's true power. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can let your feelings drive your actions, or you can let your discipline drive your feelings. You can wait for the perfect moment, or you can make this moment perfect through your actions. Because at the end of the day, discipline isn't just about habits. It's not just about routines. It's about becoming someone who can be counted on, someone who follows through, someone who turns challenges into victories through consistent, disciplined action. And that's where the real transformation begins. Because once you master inner discipline, you're ready to embrace something even more powerful, the growth mindset revolution. And that's where the real transformation begins, with a complete revolution in how you see every single experience in your life. Most people run from discomfort. They see it as something to avoid, something that means they're doing something wrong. But what if I told you that discomfort isn't your enemy? What if it's actually your greatest teacher? I used to think success was about avoiding failure, avoiding pain, avoiding anything that made me uncomfortable. But then I realized something that changed everything. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, just like a muscle doesn't grow. Unless you stress it, your capacity for success doesn't expand, unless you push beyond what's comfortable. Every single time you feel that resistance, that voice inside saying, this is too hard, that's not a signal to stop. That's a signal that you're exactly where you need to be. Because on the other side of that discomfort is everything you want. The last time you learned something new, maybe it was a skill, maybe it was a lesson about yourself. Did it come easy, or did it come through struggle, through challenge, through moments that tested you? See, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. But here's where most people get it wrong. They rush, they want instant results, they want to go from zero to hero overnight. But real growth, real lasting change, it requires something most people aren't willing to give: strategic patience. Strategic patience isn't about waiting passively. It's about understanding that every experience, every setback, every moment of doubt is shaping you. It's about seeing the bigger picture when everyone else is focused on instant gratification. I remember when I first started training my mind to embrace challenges. Every morning, I deliberately do something uncomfortable. Not because I enjoyed it, but because I understood something crucial. Resilience isn't built in comfort. It's built in adversity. Each time life knocks you down, you have a choice. You can see it as a failure, as proof that you're not good enough. Or you can see it as feedback, as data, as information that's helping you adjust your approach. That's what the growth mindset is all about. Turning every experience into fuel for your evolution. Think about a tree in a storm. The ones that survive aren't the ones that never bend. They're the ones that learn to bend without breaking. That's resilience. And just like that tree, your resilience grows through exposure to challenges, not through avoiding them. You have to stay engaged in the process. You can't just go through the motions. You have to be present, be curious, be willing to extract the lesson from every experience, because everything is teaching you something if you're willing to learn. Most people live their entire lives trying to avoid problems. But what if problems aren't actually problems? What if they're opportunities to grow stronger, to become more capable, to develop the kind of resilience that can't be shaken by temporary setbacks? Every single person who's ever achieved anything meaningful has faced obstacles, has dealt with setbacks, has encountered moments where everything seemed impossible. The difference isn't in what they faced, it's in how they faced it. They understood something crucial, that adversity isn't just something to endure, it's something to embrace. Because adversity is the forge that shapes you into who you need to become to achieve your dreams. And that's where strategic patience comes in, because real growth isn't linear, it's not a straight line up. It's messy, it's full of ups and downs, twists and turns. But when you have strategic patience, when you understand that every experience is moving you forward, if you let it, those ups and downs stop being sources of frustration and start becoming sources of strength. This is the revolution, the complete transformation in how you see every single moment of your life. It's about understanding that there are no wasted experiences. There are no true failures. There's only feedback, only learning, only growth. And once you truly embrace this mindset, once you start seeing every challenge as an opportunity, every setback as a setup for a comeback, you're ready for the most important part of your journey, taking massive action. And once you truly embrace this mindset, it's time to do what most people never do. Take massive action. Right now in this room, there are two types of people: those who are ready to act and those who are ready to make excuses. And here's what separates them. It's not knowledge, it's not talent, it's not even opportunity. It's the willingness to move beyond planning into execution. I see it all the time. People who have beautiful plans, detailed strategies, perfect visions of what they want to achieve, but they're stuck in what I call the planning trap. They keep refining their plans, tweaking their strategies, waiting for the perfect moment to start. But here's the brutal truth. No plan survives contact with reality. Success isn't built on perfect plans, it's built on imperfect action. Take my own journey. When I started, I didn't have it all figured out. I made mistakes. I stumbled, I failed, but I kept moving forward because I understood something crucial. Speed of implementation beats perfection of preparation every single time. But here's where it gets interesting. Taking massive action isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about creating systems that make success inevitable. Think about this every single day. You either build habits that move you toward your goals or habits that pull you away from them. There's no middle ground. Most people try to rely on motivation, but motivation is like the weather. It changes. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it isn't. Systems, on the other hand, systems work whether you feel like it or not. They're what carry you through when motivation fades. I've created a morning system that guarantees I make progress every single day, not because I always feel like it, but because the system doesn't ask my opinion. It doesn't care if I'm tired. It doesn't care if I'm not in the mood. The system simply says, this is what we do. And in today's world, with distractions everywhere, systems aren't just helpful. They're essential. Your phone, social media, endless notifications. They're all designed to steal your focus. But when you have strong systems in place, when you've created boundaries around your time and energy, those distractions lose their power. Think about water flowing down a mountain. It doesn't try to move the entire mountain at once. It creates channels, pathways that make progress inevitable. That's what systems do. They create pathways for success. They make the right actions automatic. But here's the part most people miss about massive action. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing the right things consistently. It's about understanding the compound effect of daily progress. Small actions, repeated daily, create massive results over time. Imagine if you got just 1% better every day at your craft, your business, your relationships. In a year, you wouldn't be 365% better. You'd be 37 times better. That's the power of compound growth. But most people never see these results because they're not willing to do the daily work when it doesn't seem to be making a difference. The truth is, success is boring. It's showing up when you don't feel like it. It's doing the work when no one's watching. It's making the right choices even when they don't seem to matter, because they do matter. Every single action you take is either moving you toward your goals or away from them. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can keep planning, keep preparing, keep waiting for the perfect moment, or you can decide that this is your moment. This is your time to take massive action. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more ready. Now, because here's what I know about success. It doesn't go to the smartest or the most talented or the most privileged. It goes to those who are willing to take action when others are still planning, to those who are willing to do the work when others are making excuses, to those who understand that massive success comes from massive action. Right now, in this moment, you're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to where you've always been, comfortable, safe, predictable. The other path, that's the path of your potential, your dreams, everything you know deep down you're capable of becoming. You've learned about the power that lies within you. You've discovered that true strength isn't in avoiding discomfort, but in embracing it. You've seen how daily choices shape destiny, how discipline creates freedom, and how massive action transforms dreams into reality. But knowledge isn't power. Knowledge with action is power. And right now you have a decision to make, not tomorrow, not next week, right now, because here's the truth, the same thinking, the same actions, the same excuses that got you here won't get you where you want to go. I want you to think about something. 5 years from now, you'll arrive somewhere, that's guaranteed. The question is, will it be by design or by default? Will you be looking back at this moment as the time everything changed or as another missed opportunity? Your dreams are too important to put off. Your potential is too valuable to waste. Your time is too precious to spend it living someone else's life, following someone else's rules, settling for someone else's version of success. So here's my challenge to you. Take action before you leave this room. Not small action, not safe action, real action. The kind that makes your heart race. The kind that scares you a little. Because that fear, that discomfort, that's your signal that you're finally moving in the right direction. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Because ready is a myth. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who act. Remember this. Every great achievement in history started with a single moment of decision. Someone just like you decided that enough is enough. They decided that their dreams were more important than their fears. They decided that the time for waiting was over.
Success is within your grasp. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to change your life. You might be thinking, that's easy for you to say. But I am here to tell you that it's not just easy to say, it's the truth. The key to unlocking your potential, to achieving everything you have ever dreamed of, lies not in the world around you, but in the 6 inches between your ears. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It's a machine more complex and capable than any supercomputer. Yet so many of us fail to use even a fraction of its potential. We let our thoughts run on autopilot, playing the same old tapes of doubt, fear, and limitation. Every great achievement in human history began as a thought in someone's mind. The pyramids, the moon landing, the smartphone in your pocket, all of these started as ideas. Someone dared to think, what if? And then they dared to believe that's the power of the human mind. And you have that same power within you. Your mind is like a garden. It will grow whatever you plant in it. If you plant seeds of doubt and negativity, that's what will flourish. If you plant seeds of possibility and determination, that's what will take root and grow. So today we are going to learn how to be master gardeners of our own minds. First, we need to understand that our thoughts create our reality. It's not the other way around. Your circumstances don't define you. Your thoughts about your circumstances define you. A person living in poverty with a mindset of abundance will find opportunities where others see only lack. person with all the riches in the world, but a mindset of scarcity, will never feel they have enough. So how do we shift our mindset? How do we brainwash ourselves for success? It starts with awareness. You need to become conscious of your thoughts. Most of us go through life on autopilot, letting our subconscious mind run the show. But to change your life, you need to take control of the steering wheel. Start by paying attention to your self-talk. What do you say to yourself when you face a challenge? When you look in the mirror? When you think about your goals? Are your thoughts empowering you or holding you back? Once you become aware of your thought patterns, you can begin to change them. The next step is to challenge your limiting beliefs. We all have them, those sneaky little thoughts that tell us we are not good enough, smart enough, or deserving enough to succeed. Those beliefs are lies. They are stories you have been told or that you have told yourself, but they are not facts. They are not written in stone. You can choose to believe something different. When you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought, stop. Challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Where's the evidence? More often than not, you will find that your limiting beliefs have no real foundation. They are just habits of thought. And habits can be changed. Changing your thought patterns is not easy. It takes work. It takes persistence. But remember, you are reprogramming your mind for success. And just like any worthwhile endeavor, it requires effort and practice. You wouldn't expect to become a master pianist overnight, would you? Well, mastering your mind is no different. It takes time and dedication. One powerful technique for rewiring your brain is affirmations. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly. They might feel awkward or even silly at first, but they work. They work because they help to create new neural pathways in your brain. The more you repeat these positive statements, the stronger these pathways become. And the more natural those thoughts feel. Start with affirmations that resonate with you. Maybe it's, I am capable of achieving great things. Or I attract success and abundance into my life, whatever it is. Make it personal and make it powerful. Repeat these affirmations to yourself every day, multiple times a day. Say them when you wake up, when you are in the shower, when you are driving to work. Write them down and put them where you will see them often. Another powerful tool for reprogramming your mind is visualization. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something you actually experience. By regularly visualizing your success, you are training your brain to believe it's possible. You are creating a mental blueprint that your subconscious mind will work to make a reality. Take time each day to visualize your goals as if they have already been achieved. See yourself living the life you want. Feel the emotions associated with that success. Make it as vivid and detailed as possible. The more real you can make it in your mind, the more your brain will accept it as truth. Your mind is constantly absorbing information from the world around you. If you are surrounded by negativity and doubt, that's what your mind will internalize. But if you surround yourself with positivity and success, that's what will seep into your subconscious. Be intentional about what you expose your mind to. Choose books, podcasts, and videos that inspire and motivate you. Seek out people who uplift you and believe in your potential. Limit your exposure to negative news and toxic individuals. Your mind is precious. Be selective about what you allow into it. Another crucial aspect of brainwashing yourself for success is developing a growth mindset. This is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. It's the opposite of a fixed mindset, which believes that your qualities are set in stone. With a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Failure becomes a stepping stone, not a dead end. You embrace the process of improvement rather than expecting instant perfection. This mindset is crucial for success because it allows you to persist in the face of setbacks and to continuously improve. To develop a growth mindset, start by reframing your challenges. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, think, I can't do this yet, add that one little word yet, and you open up a world of possibility. It acknowledges that while you might not have the skill or knowledge now, you have the potential to acquire it. Celebrate your efforts, not just your achievements. When you put in hard work, acknowledge it, regardless of the outcome. This reinforces the idea that effort leads to growth and improvement. It also helps to redefine failure. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your worth or abilities, see it as valuable feedback. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve? Your daily habits shape your life. They are the small actions that, when repeated consistently, lead to big results. To brainwash yourself for success, you need to cultivate habits that support your goals. Start by identifying the habits of successful people in your field. What do they do differently? How do they structure their day? Then begin to incorporate these habits into your own life. Maybe it's waking up early, reading for an hour each day, or exercising regularly. Whatever it is, start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one or two habits to focus on and make them a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Remember, consistency is key. It's better to do something small every day than to do something big once in a while. These small, consistent actions will compound over time, leading to significant results. Another powerful way to reprogram your mind for success is through gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It trains your brain to look for the positive in every situation. And when your mind is focused on the positive, you are more likely to notice opportunities and solutions. Make gratitude a daily practice. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be as simple as a good cup of coffee or a smile from a stranger. The act of consciously acknowledging the good in your life rewires your brain to look for more good. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles to success. It holds us back, keeps us in our comfort zone, and prevents us from taking the risks necessary for growth. But here's the thing about fear. It's often based on imagination, not reality. To brainwash yourself for success, you need to reframe your relationship with fear. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided, see it as a signpost. Fear often points us in the direction of our greatest growth. When you feel fear, ask yourself, what's on the other side of this fear? What could I gain by facing it? Courage is not the absence of fear, it's action in the face of fear. So when you feel afraid, acknowledge the feeling, but don't let it stop you. Take action anyway. Each time you do this, you are rewiring your brain to associate fear with opportunity rather than danger. Another crucial aspect of reprogramming your mind for success is developing a strong sense of self-belief. This goes beyond just positive thinking. It's about developing an unshakable faith in your abilities and your potential. Self-belief is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Start by acknowledging your past successes, no matter how small. Reflect on times when you have overcome challenges or achieved goals. These experiences are proof of your capabilities. Then, set ambitious but achievable goals for yourself. As you work towards these goals and achieve them, you are building evidence of your capabilities. Each success, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in yourself. Remember, self-belief is not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about knowing that no matter what challenges come your way, You have the ability to handle them. It's about trusting in your capacity to learn, grow, and overcome. The language you use, both in your self-talk and in your communication with others, has a profound impact on your mindset and your results. Words have energy and power. They can uplift or deflate, empower or discourage. Be mindful of the words you use. Eliminate phrases like "I can't," "it's too hard," or "I am not good enough" from your vocabulary. Replace them with empowering alternatives like "I am learning, this is challenging, but I can handle it," or "I am improving every day." Similarly, be careful about the questions you ask yourself. Your brain will always try to answer the questions you pose, so make sure you're asking empowering questions. Instead of "Why does this always happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this situation?" Instead of "What if I fail?" ask, "How can I succeed?" Another powerful technique for reprogramming your mind is to act as if you have already achieved your goals. This is not about pretending or being inauthentic. It's about aligning your actions and behaviors with the person you want to become. The version of yourself that has already achieved your goals. How does that person think? How do they carry themselves? What decisions do they make? Then start embodying those qualities now. This not only helps to rewire your brain, but it also aligns your actions with your goals, making success more likely. Reprogramming your mind for success is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. There will be setbacks. There will be days when your old thought patterns try to reassert themselves. This is normal. What matters is how you respond to these challenges. When you catch yourself slipping into old patterns, don't beat yourself up. Instead, gently redirect your thoughts. Remind yourself of your goals and why they are important to you. Reaffirm your commitment to your new mindset. Each time you do this, you are strengthening your new mental habits. Remember, progress is not always linear. There might be times when it feels like you are taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But as long as you keep moving forward, you are making progress. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and learn from your setbacks. Another crucial aspect of brainwashing yourself for success is developing a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear sense of why you are pursuing your goals, it becomes easier to stay motivated and focused, even in the face of challenges. Take some time to reflect on your values and what truly matters to you. What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? What legacy do you want to leave? Let these reflections guide your goals and your actions. When you align your goals with your deeper sense of purpose, you tap into a powerful source of motivation. You are no longer just working for external rewards. You are working towards something that truly matters to you. This can help you persist when things get tough and find meaning in the journey, not just the destination. Your mind and body are intimately connected. How you use your body affects how you think and feel. To brainwash yourself for success, you need to harness this mind-body connection. Start by paying attention to your posture. When you stand tall and open, you not only appear more confident to others, but you actually feel more confident. Your brain interprets your physical posture as a signal of how you are feeling and adjusts your emotional state accordingly. Similarly, the expression on your face can influence your mood. Even if you don't feel happy, the simple act of smiling can boost your mood. It sends a signal to your brain that you are feeling good. And your brain responds by releasing feel-good chemicals. Exercise is another powerful tool for reprogramming your mind. Physical activity not only improves your health and energy levels, but it also boosts your mood and cognitive function. Regular exercise can help reduce stress, improve focus, and increase your overall sense of well-being, all of which contribute to a success-oriented mindset. Another important aspect of brainwashing yourself for success is learning to manage your energy. Not just your time. You can have all the time in the world, but if you don't have the energy to make the most of it, you won't achieve your goals. Start by identifying your peak energy times, the times of day when you feel most alert and focused. Schedule your most important tasks during these times. During your low energy periods, schedule less demanding tasks or take time to recharge. Make sure you are getting enough sleep. Sleep is not just rest for your body, it's crucial for your brain to process information and consolidate memories. Lack of sleep can negatively impact your mood, cognitive function, and decision-making abilities. Also, pay attention to your diet. The food you eat is fuel for your body and your brain. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats can improve your energy levels, mood, and cognitive function. To brainwash yourself for success, you need to cultivate a love of learning. The world is constantly changing, and to stay ahead, you need to be constantly growing and evolving. Make learning a daily habit. Read books, take courses, attend seminars. Seek out new experiences that challenge you and expand your perspective. Every new piece of knowledge or skill you acquire is a tool that can help you achieve your goals. Remember, learning is not just about acquiring information, it's about applying what you learn. Look for ways to implement your new knowledge in your daily life. This not only reinforces what you have learned, but also creates tangible results that boost your confidence and motivation. Another powerful technique for reprogramming your mind is to practice mindfulness. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in a constant stream of thoughts, worries, and distractions. Mindfulness helps you step back from this mental chatter and stay focused on the present moment. Start with just a few minutes of mindfulness practice each day. This could be meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply taking a mindful walk where you focus on your senses rather than your thoughts. Over time, you will find it easier to stay present and focused, even in challenging situations. Mindfulness can also help you become more aware of your thought patterns, making it easier to catch and redirect negative thoughts. It can reduce stress, improve your focus, and help you make clearer, more intentional decisions, all of which contribute to a success-oriented mindset. The people you spend time with have a huge influence on your mindset and your success. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Surround yourself with people who inspire and motivate you. Seek out mentors who have achieved what you want to achieve. Join mastermind groups or communities of like-minded individuals who are also committed to personal growth and success. At the same time, be mindful of negative influences. If there are people in your life who consistently drag you down or discourage your dreams, it might be time to reevaluate those relationships. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life, but it might mean setting boundaries and limiting your exposure to negativity. Remember, brainwashing yourself for success is not about becoming someone else, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about unlocking your full potential and aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your goals and values. This journey of self-transformation is not always easy. There will be challenges. There will be times when you doubt yourself or feel like giving up. But remember why you started this journey. Remember the vision you have for your life. Let that vision pull you forward, even when things get tough. Every step you take on this journey of self-transformation brings you closer to your goals. Each positive thought, each empowering belief, each intentional action is a building block in the foundation of your success. You are not just changing your mind, you are reshaping your entire life. Remember that success is not just about achieving external goals. True success comes from within. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. About living in alignment with your values and purpose. When you are truly successful, You will feel a sense of fulfillment and joy that goes beyond any material achievement. One of the most powerful ways to brainwash yourself for success is to cultivate an attitude of service. When you shift your focus from what you can get to what you can give, you open yourself up to a world of opportunities. Look for ways to add value to others' lives. How can you use your unique talents and skills to make a difference? This attitude of service not only helps others, but also transforms you. It gives you a sense of purpose and meaning. It helps you build strong relationships and networks. And often the more value you give to others, the more success and abundance flow back to you. Another crucial aspect of reprogramming your mind for success is developing emotional intelligence. This is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions as well as the emotions of others. Emotional intelligence is a key factor in personal and professional success. Start by practicing self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotions throughout the day. What triggers certain feelings? How do your emotions influence your thoughts and actions? As you become more aware of your emotional patterns, you will be better equipped to manage them effectively. Develop empathy by trying to understand others' perspectives and feelings. This skill will help you build stronger relationships. Communicate more effectively, and navigate complex social situations, all of which are crucial for success in any field. Learn to manage your emotions, especially in high-pressure situations. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather acknowledging them and choosing how to respond. When you can stay calm and focused under pressure, you will be able to make better decisions and perform at your best when it matters most. Creativity is not just for artists, it's a crucial skill in today's rapidly changing world. The ability to think outside the box, to come up with innovative solutions to problems, can set you apart in any field. Cultivate your creativity by exposing yourself to new ideas and experiences. Read books outside your usual genre. Try new hobbies. Travel to new places. Even if it's just exploring a different neighborhood in your city, the more diverse your experiences, the more connections your brain can make, leading to more creative ideas. Practice brainstorming regularly. Set aside time to generate ideas without judgment. Quantity is more important than quality at this stage. You can evaluate and refine your ideas later. This practice helps train your brain to be more flexible and innovative in its thinking. Another powerful technique for reprogramming your mind is to practice radical responsibility. This means taking full ownership of your life, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your results. It's about recognizing that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can always control your response. When you face challenges or setbacks, avoid the trap of blaming others or circumstances. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow stronger? This mindset shift turns every experience, even the difficult ones, into opportunities for growth and learning. Remember, taking responsibility is not about beating yourself up when things go wrong. It's about empowering yourself to create change. When you take responsibility, you are acknowledging your power to shape your life and your future. It's important to develop a strong sense of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to adapt to change, and to keep going in the face of adversity. It's a crucial quality for anyone seeking long-term success. Build your resilience by reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. When you face a difficult situation, ask yourself, how can this make me stronger? What skills can I develop by overcoming this? This perspective turns obstacles into stepping stones on your path to success. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you make mistakes or face setbacks. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend. This doesn't mean making excuses. It means acknowledging your humanity and using setbacks as learning experiences rather than reasons to give up. Develop a support network of people who believe in you and your goals. Having a strong support system can help you stay resilient in the face of challenges. These are the people who will remind you of your strengths when you forget, who will encourage you to keep going when things get tough. Another powerful way to reprogram your mind for success is to cultivate a sense of abundance. Many people operate from a mindset of scarcity, believing that there's not enough to go around, not enough opportunities, not enough resources, not enough success. This belief can lead to fear, competition, and a reluctance to take risks or pursue big goals. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, recognizes that there are endless opportunities in the world. It sees possibilities where others see limitations. It believes that there's enough success to go around, that someone else's success doesn't diminish your own. To cultivate an abundance mindset, start by focusing on what you have rather than what you lack. Practice gratitude daily. Look for opportunities to collaborate rather than compete. Celebrate others' successes. Knowing that their achievements don't take anything away from you. Remember the power of patience. Real lasting change takes time. Your brain has spent years, maybe decades, thinking in certain patterns. It won't rewire itself overnight. But with consistent effort and practice, you can create lasting change. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Every time you catch and redirect a negative thought. Every time you take action despite fear. Every time you persist in the face of a challenge, these are all victories. They are signs that you are growing, that you are becoming the person you want to be. Remember, success is not a destination, it's a journey. It's not about reaching a specific goal and then stopping. It's about continuous growth, continuous improvement. As you achieve your goals, set new ones. Keep pushing yourself to grow, to learn, to become better. Your potential is limitless. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. So dream big, set audacious goals, believe in your ability to achieve them. And then take action every single day to turn those dreams into reality. The journey of brainwashing yourself for success is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Every challenge you overcome makes you stronger. Every fear you face makes you braver. Every goal you achieve proves what you are capable of. So embrace this journey of self-transformation. Embrace the challenges, the setbacks, the moments of doubt, because these are all part of your growth. They are all stepping stones on your path to success. You are capable of amazing things. You have unique talents, skills, and perspectives that the world needs. Don't let fear or self-doubt hold you back from sharing your gifts with the world. Step into your power. Embrace your potential. Believe in yourself and your ability to create the life you want. The time for change is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when conditions are perfect, because they never will be. The perfect time to start is right now, at this moment. Take that first step. Make that decision to change your life. Commit to reprogramming your mind for success. And then take action, consistent, persistent action to make that commitment a reality. You have everything you need to succeed. You have the power to create any life you can imagine. So imagine big, dream bold, and then go out and make it happen.